Hello and welcome to my second video about installing reverse camera on a Golf Arcade. In my case it's a Golf 2021 with a high gateway module with 12 sensors all around car with self-park ability. Just so you know some info. You can see me here. I am coding gateway and media. Of course, I'm doing that before anything else. That's why this part is at the most beginning of the video. And just to show you what I did and where, I'm using OBDEleven. Simple and easy tool. You can unlock SFD protection with ease. And one thing I want to add just at the beginning is that I recommend you disconnect a 12-volt battery before you start anything, and make sure to open your trunk/boot, because without 12-volt battery you will not be able to do it, because it's a switch mechanism, and without power you will not be able to open your trunk/boot. That's all, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hi and welcome to this video. This is how to install a reverse camera for Golf Arcade. Previously I had this on my car. This is a release button for trunk. As you can see, there is no camera inside. Sorry about all the noises in the background. So this is a new one. Basically how to get to this stage is very simple. If you open your trunk or boot on the Golf Arcade, there are 4 plastic pieces. One is like this, about from here to here. The second one is connecting the lower part and the upper part. So basically there is one here, and the main part. So basically you just want to unclip. It's all clips. You just want to unclip from here and here. There are 6 clips on this part alone. Here, 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 and here. After that you just take it out. Take this piece, just slide it like that, and this piece like this. There are 2 clips on each side, one clip here, one clip here, and you do it on the both sides. On the upper piece there are 4 screws. You want to unscrew first, of course. one screw right here where you put your hand to close the door, the other one on the other side, and there are two screws underneath the red triangle. So once you unscrew those 4 screws, just to make it easier, you can unclip these little tabs, these ones. You just basically put your finger on the side and just unclip them. It just gives you a little bit room to put your hand inside and just force it out. You can also put your hand here and just like pull it down on the both sides. I usually start around here, or maybe I just put my hand like this inside and just like yank it downwards. Once you take that part off, your old switch for trunk door will be here. So basically there are 3 screws, and you just unscrew them. These 3 screws and the 4 others are same Torex 20. Basically you just twist like this and it comes right out. I already changed it, so same, put it at the angle and then just gently, I don't know if you can see those 90-degree angle hooks. I just rest it here until I can test it. There are 3 connectors on this part here, one for video, one for mechanism, and the old mechanism for the switch to open your trunk. Then what you want to do is route your wire. This is a little bit more complicated part because you need to basically pull these things out. I didn't know where it would be more practical, so I unclipped both sides. From my experience, the left side has thinner wires, so more room for camera harness. You do want to be really careful with how you basically take this out, because there is this clip which can break very easily. So what you want to do is, if you're planning to route your wire through the left side, you'll need something like this plastic pry tools. You just wedge it between the edge here, some fly, from the the edge here, like for example, you just wedge it in between. Once you are for example like this, you just pull it down and here, and that's how you do it. You want to do it here and here. You do not want to do it here and here. Don't do it in the closest part, do it in the most spread out corners. As I said before, you do want to be very careful. These things break very easily, and if yours break, my only suggestion is to glue it, like with super glue or something like that, because to change this, it's a lot of stress, and you need to undo every cable. I mean, the Golf 8 is very good because here you have connectors, so you just unplug them and like take it out, replace it. And on the Golf Mark 7 it's a lot more complicated, but here it's not that pain in the ass. Then I suggest you buy something like this. This is I think it's like a fence wire, I'm not really sure. It's basically metal wire dipped inside this plastic or glue or whatever, and the nice thing is it holds shape. I don't know if you can see. So if I like bend it, it will keep this place, but in the same time it will not scratch your car or the plastic, because this is plastic. So I suggest you buy something like this because it will save you a lot of time and energy, simply because I use that technique wire to just show you. So I put my wire through hole here, which normally would be connected for the rear camera. So I use that wire to fish it from here to this little hole. Then I just pull out the wire completely. Then from here to here, so like through the gasket. It's a lot more complicated than it looks, believe me. And of course you can just, I use the isolation electrical tape to, I can show you here how I've done it. So basically I just taped the wire to cable, because the cable are different length. This is how I do it, and I had to remove one connector. I left the white one inside, but here I had to remove connector because you cannot. I think that connector is here. Really straightforward. Just unclip this thing and pull out the wire, because this connector cannot pass through the this rubber tube. There isn't enough room inside of it. So yeah, you have to pull out the wires, tape them together to be like one continuous wire, and then try to route it so as I said, through the plastic, through the inside the aluminium door, through rubber, then inside this inside here, then I unclipped this part here, and also here comes a little bit more complicated part, because what you need to do from here all the way inside through here, this is where you want your wire to exit. So that's why I told you it's really nice to buy that long metal wire, because that's how I routed. It keeps it shape and form, even though you try to bend it and wiggle it down. One easy spot here is you just place your hands here and like wedge it a little bit, and as you can see the wires inside. So it's nice if it got stuck somewhere, you can like check it out, see up, down, where is it stuck. Mine, I don't know if you can see it, it inside, somewhere around probably here. There is a plastic, I don't know how to call it, like a plastic thing, and my fishing wire, that's how I call it, my fence wire, stuck between that plastic and the frame itself. And when I tried to route my wire, the first time I tried it, it failed. The wire just like tear the electrical tape. And then I had to wire it again. And yeah, it's a bit like sun is blocking. Okay, you get the idea. Somewhere here, probable problem spot. From then, it's basically straightforward. I took out my back seat just to be a little bit more easier to work. It's really simple. There are basically just two latches. One is here, the other one is there. So you just put your one hand here, the other hand here, and just pull it out as hard as you can. You won't break it because it's metal parts, so it's not a problem. And yeah, it's in one case it's necessary because here it's like this little plastic part, screw, whatever. It's not screw, it's like a rivet or something, and you need something like this to basically pull it out without breaking it. And yeah, from here you just put your hands here and like gently unclip this plastic, so you can wire so you can like route your wires inside of that plastic to driver's fit. So once you wire your wires down to here, you can use again fishing or fence wire, however you want to call it, to basically just wire it from here to here, because if you can see here, there is indent in the plastic. So if you don't want to take this whole piece out, which you don't basically need to, you can just use the fence wire to route it here, and you can just pull it by hand, just like I did. So the next is wiring your routing your wires from here to here. You want your wires to come underneath here. So yeah, this could be a little bit of a tricky part, for which you really want to disconnect your battery, because there is a lot of connectors electric here, so you don't want to cause some shorts. That's why you really want to disconnect your 12-volt battery. And once you route your wires through this plastic, which you can't take off because of hood release. I mean, you can, there's something like pull this, then something here inside has to like come out, then you remove the handle, then this. It's too complicated for me and too time consuming. I don't have that amount of time. So basically, once you route your wires, then we can plug it into the control module and test it out. Pro tip: once you route your wires through here, you want to put these clips back together, because you have to lie down here. Your head has to be like near the gas pedal, because you have to look up underneath, so you don't want to damage the plastics that hold these clips. So what I recommend you should do is basically just put this piece back together, leave the rest of it open just until you tested it out. If you do this like me, use electrical tape to connect, for example, fence wire to the wire, then bundle up a couple of wires, then do the same down the road. You really want to be careful how you remove these wires when it's time to put everything into to connect everything with the car. You really want to be careful how you because the pins, metal pins inside are they're not that fragile, as they're so easy to bend, and once they're bent, there is a possibility that they won't go as smooth as they should into connectors, or for example that and you really want to be careful if you're using wire cutters like me, not to cut any of the insulation, because this is really this is plastic and cheap isolation. I don't know if I said this or not, probably I did in my previous video. This is from AliExpress, the camera and the harness. So yeah, you really want to be careful how you remove this tape. As I said but didn't do, I cut the wire. So once I check if I cut through the whole wire or just the isolation, I'll come back. So after checking with the multimeter, I only cut the protective sleeving of the wire, so I had luck. Okay, so now I put a super glue on that place so it wouldn't extend the damage. So I'll let it dry for about 20 minutes just to be sure it's completely dried out, and then I will show you how to wire it to J733. I think that's the code name for high gateway. So you want to put these two wires inside. So you want to put back these two wires in connector. You want to separate the male and female version of connector. I'll try to demonstrate how you can do that. So basically you get wires with this like that, okay? But here goes the original wires from the car. So you have to separate these two, but if you pull it, nothing will happen. So I take small screwdriver, flathead, stick it inside between connectors, twist it a little bit and pull it out, and basically you get both sides. And here you put this here like so, on the other side too, because there is small separating points, so you don't want to pry this side too much, because you will eventually break this whole thing. So you want to do it on both sides like that. Then you can stick your wires inside, lock it down and connect it. The one thing I did not say is my suggestion for you is to code the car before disconnecting the battery. So before you start doing anything, code it. As I remember correctly, it is module 5F, the multimedia and gateway module. You want to code those two modules. I code them with OBDEleven. And if you have a vacuum this, because you have to lie down here. And then you can start by disassembling the trunk door, changing the camera, routing your wire, and everything up to here. So here you are underneath your car. As we see, this is a steering shaft. Inside J533, let me just get it. I know the angle is terrible, I'm so sorry for that. So our J guy is sitting somewhere around here like this. I don't know if you can even see it from all these cables and stuff. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's sitting just underneath steering shaft. You don't need to basically take it out. I did, but you don't have to. So what you want to do is, white connector is going here, right there, and the orange and the gray one, they are coming here. As you see, I already cut zip tie. Here is usually a zip tie. Let me just try to focus. Okay. Here is a zip tie. You want to cut it out, and then we can continue. Let me just pull the green wire here, and then I'll come back. Show you. As I said before, this is how it should look like. Something like this. Now let me get to this one. Just a second. I need to try to fish it out a bit here. So this one, super easy as well. Let me just try to, okay, here. So out of the factory, there first of all, to pull this connector out of the module, of the gateway module, press this pin here and this pin here, and just slide this like this. Once it's like this, you can just pull it straight out. Simple as that, easy. Out of the factory, there is a zip tie here. Just cut it, and you can place it back at a further date. As I said, super simple, super easy. Here, as you can see, there is this tab right here. Just shove a flathead screwdriver right here, and you can basically detach this black piece from the white piece. Let me show you. As I said, super easy. Just shove a flathead screwdriver here where my nail is, and you can basically just do this. This black piece is just for securing this connector to the gateway. You can basically throw that to the trash. What you need is pin 6 and 7. You can see the order here. I don't think my camera will pick it up, but here and here they're really small numbers, which indicates is it from 1 to I think 16 and 17 to 32nd pin. I think that's the order. And basically you're looking for orange brown wire. Next to it, it's gray wire. I think it's here, 6 and 7. Okay, I checked it out. It's from 1 to 15 and 16 to 30 pin. Just a side note, which I did not say earlier. What you want to find, as I said earlier, 6 and 7 pin, orange and brown and silver or gray wire. Sorry. What you want to do is, instead of the original ones, you want to replace them with these. And as you come to the other end, the original ones you want to put inside of the connector, which came with this one. Let me just a quick look how you want it to look. So basically, original wires come here, you plug that here, this goes to camera, and this splits into original connector. Orange is pin 6, gray is pin 7. You just slide back the sleeve, black sleeve, put gateway, and that should be it. And this is how you want it to look like. So shine the light. Okay. Module sits here. Plug both of the connectors inside. I don't know if you can see anything, but yeah. Plug both. Just plug it on the like that. And let's test it. The only wire we're left with is this one. So this is connector for the fuse box. Unfortunately, I do not have a small fuse that is needed for this, so I'll just hot wire it to make sure everything is working well. Let's see. I have, just to clarify what I was talking about the battery, here there is a red triangle with, well, it can go on for a couple of minutes with this error sign, so just be patient until the car resets itself. Don't worry, the OBD does not work at this moment, so yeah, you just need some time to reset itself. If you have like it shouldn't take too long. That's the end of the story. So yeah, it will go on with this. You can just shut it off and leave it for a couple of minutes just to reset itself. And as you can see, my engine is now running. There are still a lot of error codes, which most of them will disappear after you drive for let's say five minutes, but most of them will remain inside of the computer. They just won't be visible to driver on the screen. And you can now, OBD is working, you know that everything is okay once your engine starts running. And now let's test the camera. This is positive 12 volts. I'll just push it inside of cigarette light, 12 volts hole, or whatever you want to call it. So just give me a second here. And here it is. Camera is working. Let me just see here. Say like this. So yeah, everything is working. I just have to put 12 volts to the fuse box, and yeah, just drive it for a couple of miles and everything will be okay. Let me just shut it off, and once you turn it off, it's gone. If we go to park menu, here you can, Where is it? Where is it? Well, I don't know where it is right now, but yeah, somewhere here should be like, of course I removed the power source, so it says a fault. But yeah, everything is working. Car, camera. I can now start to put back some plastics. The one thing I love to do is because I did not leave enough wire here, I will now see how many wires here I need. The rest of I will just route back and leave it inside of the trunk door. It's just easier for me. I know the camera is non-stop, like, I am sorry about that. I'm not really good at recording videos for YouTube, but yeah. Anyway, so I will just the access wire from here I will route back and I put it here or something, just because I don't need it, obviously. So yeah, now just put this everything back how it was, and yeah, I'll see you later. So after driving less than 150 meters, basically all the errors are gone. Once I restarted the car, this triangle should be gone. I cannot confirm, but car drives. Unfortunately, as I said, I do not have small fuse, so 12 volt is not connected at the moment. But once I go back, I will record how does camera look like by holding the power wire to 12 volt socket. So I hot wired, basically I did had a fuse which I didn't know I had. So basically I just soldered, the right side is live, and I just soldered the wire to the left side instead of taking the whole fuse box out. Sort of a cheat code. Still, it still has a fuse, 5 amps, but it will still do its job, long story short. And the wires, I just stuck them like this. It doesn't really matter. If I pull to reverse, as you can see, everything is working. I don't like this image, so I will try to code higher resolution. I'll try to tell the PC inside of it has a higher resolution, so we'll see. It kind of flickers right now. I think it's because of the unstable current, because of the soldered fuse. And changing to high resolution only brought pain, because I changed it, and once I turned off the car. Once I got back inside the car, I had a green screen like you see here. At the moment, I did not know what caused it, but once I put resolution back to the smaller one, it worked absolutely good and well, as you can see. Basically, and yeah, the flickering, it's gone. It's like 20 days passed since installation. There is no more flicker. Basically, it was only then, and after that, every time I started the car, there was no flickering, which is good thing. And yeah, I will also, because I did not remove the fuse box, I didn't give you any tips and tricks how to, what you need to remove and everything. It's basically the same as on the Golf Mark 7. So I will link a video down below of the guy who disassembles the fuse box on the Golf Mark 7. It's absolutely almost the same. So I will link his video and the timestamp where he gets to the fuse box part. Also, I hope this video helped anybody who is interested in installing the reverse camera on the Golf Mark 7. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment. I will do as best as my ability can to answer that questions. And yeah, goodbye and happy installation.